besties, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Javell Ashanti, and today we have my monthly reading wrap-up, which I'm really excited for. I only read 5 books this month, which is not a lot in like retrospect, but they were all like such good, phenomenal reads. I read like 5 romance books. I usually read something more within the month. I started reading The Maid by Nita Prose, but I just didn't finish. June was just kind of like a hectic month for me, plus I've also just been like really sad. I don't know. So I just haven't really been like reading that much, but I did want to get my reading wrap up out there simply because I feel like when I combine 2 months, it's just a lot more, and I usually don't remember the storylines, and then it's just not as good quality as I would like. So this is my June reading wrap up. I read some phenomenal romance reads, and I'm really excited to talk about them. I also read some new releases, so I'm really excited to talk about all of these. So without further ado, let's get into the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more. Let's get into the video. I'm already over summer. It's so freaking hot. I have my fan on, so if you do hear like a weird sound, that's my fan. But I'm gonna start with my favorite book that I read this month, which is King of Wrath by Ana Huang, and this is the first book in the Kings of Sin series. I'm really excited. So in this book we meet Dante Russo, and he is a billionaire. He's Italian. When I tell you his character, he's one of my favorite characters that Ana Huang has ever written about. His character is just everything to me. Like, he's a little crazy, but like when I think about like the Italian accent and like just, I don't know, I'm just obsessed with his character. But Dante Russo is a billionaire. He's like a CEO. He's like really mysterious, and like no one messes with him basically. Like, very grumpy, but also like extremely handsome, and like he's just very like to himself. He doesn't bother anyone. He just works and does his thing. Except when he gets blackmailed by a jeweler who forces him to enter into an arranged marriage with his daughter Vivian Lau, and now Dante is like extremely mad because he doesn't want to marry this girl, and 2, he's like, no one blackmails me. So he's like in a fake relationship, like fake arranged marriage with Vivian Lau, except he starts like getting feelings for her, and he just didn't expect this to happen. I don't really want to spoil it too much, but also he knows like there's just no way we're getting married, and there's no way this guy's gonna like blackmail me and actually win. Like, I have to get revenge, and like he just wants everyone to feel his wrath, because like when he's mad, you better be scared. So that's basically what this book is about. Vivian Lau is like such a cute character. Like, I don't know, I just really love both their characters, and like they both just enter this relationship. They don't know anything about each other, but they also don't like each other, because like Dante Russo is just like super grumpy, and she's just like the complete opposite of that. And she's also like an event planner, and like she just has a lot going for her, but also like her parents just wants to like marry her off to like get status and fame. Basically her dad really just wants to have, he's like new money, and there's like a whole social hierarchy when it comes to like wealthy people, whether like you're new money or old money. So he really just wants to gain the respect of like their community and like the wealthy elite, and that's kind of what this book talks about. Once you read the book, the cover just makes so much sense, which that's like one of my favorite thing about books, is when like the covers have like hidden meanings in them, or like, I don't know, the covers just usually make sense after you read the book. So I really like this. I would give this book a 5-star. It's a little bit, actually it's like 405 pages, so not too like thick, but it's such a good read. It's such a page turner. I love both of their characters, and I just love like the entire story. I'm obsessed with Ana Huang. I'm excited to see the other books in this series, because I don't think they're out yet. I need to do my research and see when those are released, but this is the first book in the King of Sin series. Phenomenal read. I'm obsessed with it. Then the next book I read is Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. She is the author of The Love Hypothesis, which I believe is her most popular book, and this came out in the month of June, so I was really excited to read this. But this book is about Elsie, who's a theoretical physicist. However, she's like in academia, and like we all know, like it doesn't really pay well. It does not pay well. So she has like a side job, or like a side hustle, where she does fake dating basically, and she like has these clients where she pretends to be like their girlfriend. However, she applies for a new job, and who does she run into? Her client's brother, her favorite client's brother, who does not like her. And so he's like all mad at her because he's like, I thought you were a librarian. So now they're in like a weird situation where they don't really like each other, but she's like interviewing for the job and he's like on the panel to whether like she gets approved or not for the job. So it's just a weird dynamic, and Elsie is just out to really prove herself, but also like she doesn't like him either. So it's very much like enemies to friends to lovers. But yeah, I really like this book. What I did like about this is that like it did talk about sciencey stuff, because we all know Ali Hazelwood is the queen of STEM, so it did have like sciencey stuff in it, but it wasn't like overwhelming like some of the first books I read from her. It wasn't like very overwhelming, it wasn't very like annoying, it wasn't very cringy. It was such a cute read. Honestly, I would rate this like 4.5 stars. I really like this. Like it had me like giggling and like twiddling my thumbs. Like it just made me get all the butterflies. It made me like so excited, very like angsty. Like it made you, I don't know if like angsty is the right word, but it just made you like you're so geeked over like their little connection. And I was just overall obsessed with the dynamic between Jack and Elsie. Just so cute. Then I also read The Imperfect Match by Corinne Michaels and Melanie Harlow. And it's about I cannot speak. It's about a matchmaker who she wants to really take over her mom's company now that her mom's about to retire. However, she's not very good at matchmaking. And one of the main rules about being a matchmaker is to not fall in love with your clients. And what does she do? She falls in love with her client, who's also her best friend. But the main problem here comes is when they actually connect. They don't really want the same things. Like she wants to have children, he just doesn't really want to have children because of all like this family trauma. And that's kind of where their story takes off, and it just goes crazy after that. And I really like this book. However, the female main character was very annoying, and so for that reason I would rate this book like a 3 stars. And then after that I read Rising by Jessica Rubin, and this is the first book I believe in the Vincent and Eve series. It's book 1, and it's about a girl who is like extremely talented. She's very smart, she's like gifted, I guess you could say. But the problem is that like she lives in like a neighborhood that's not the best neighborhood. It's like a bad neighborhood that's like ridden with like crime and gang violence, and it's just crazy. However, one day she's like heading home, she gets caught up by a gang and they almost assaulted her, so trigger warning. They almost assaulted her, but she escapes, and then she meets this guy Vincent who's like super mysterious, but like he's very cute and attractive, and they connect because they both share a love of like reading, and just like they just know a bunch of like random facts, and so they connected. And Vincent, however, is very mysterious, so he's like in and out of her life, Eve's life, and she just doesn't really know who he really is. So he's like saved her every single time she's like gotten in some kind of trouble. He's like saved her, and even at the end of the book we still don't really know anything about Vincent other than the fact that like he does like fighting, like boxing, I think. I'm really excited to read the other books because it kind of like ends at like a weird spot. So we really don't know like what happened between Eve and Vincent, like whether they reconnected, like we don't know anything. However, it's like such an interesting story, and I love that Eve, who was the underdog the entire story, came out on top. So that was pretty nice to see. So I would rate that book like a 4 stars. It was pretty good. I liked it. Then the last book I read is The Play by Elle Kennedy, which you guys know, this is my girl. I love her down. Okay, Elle Kennedy always get me so geeked. Like she's hilarious. And her books are funny. So anyway, this book is a spicy college romance. I know like hockey books are like really popular right now for some reason. So if you're into like spicy hockey dating romance books, these are so good. This is a brand new series. Off-campus series also have like hockey players in it and like hockey romance. So this is also a hockey romance book, but this book is about Hunter Davenport. He is a hockey player. He's like the captain, I think, and after a year of like distractions making them lose like their tournament or their championship, whatever, he decides only way to actually have a distraction-free season is to be celibate and leave girls alone, leave hooking up alone. And so now he's on like a celibacy journey when he meets Demi, who is like a spicy girl. She's like, I don't know, she's just like very fun, she's really attractive, and she they become friends basically, and then Demi recently broke up with her boyfriend, so now she's single, and her main goal is to get Hunter to break his celibacy pact. So that's basically what the book is about. I love this book. It's like so fun, it's so cute, and I don't know, it's just very enjoyable, so I would rate this like a 4.5 stars as well. It's pretty good, it's pretty entertaining, and I love these spicy like college romance books. I don't know, they're really good. I love Elle Kennedy. She's one of my favorite authors. But that's pretty much it for my reading wrap up for the month of June. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please leave a like, comment below what's your favorite book you read this month, and I love you guys so much. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Ooh, I'm gonna put a study to the side. She keep coming at me every day and night. When I left in my life started feeling right.